Alright, so here we are. Hello everyone, and welcome to our Project Terra Gamedev stream. I'm Felix aka Luxon. I will do the game development today, mostly working on pixel art. And with me in the voice chat today are Henne aka Geflügel and Flora aka Teflora.
Hi.
And we have music too. We still don't have the audio bot because it keeps breaking.
Oh no, no sound bot?
Yeah, sorry.
I need my VTuber sounds, Felix.
Yeah, actually it might be a good turn off events if I think about it. Okay.
To map dungeons that have dungeon things in them.
Yes. Yes, okay. So today we will work on dungeon tile sets. We get subscriptions again. One by May Off, who subscribed for 11 months, and then we have another one by L2022, who subscribed now already for 2 years. Thank you. That's a whole long time. 2 years. Okay, let me adjust this a bit.
What kind of fun can I make today? Come in and tile.
Kovac asks, is it hot in Germany also? Yes, obviously, though yes, it is hot on average. Like somebody here has different opinions about this.
Yes, it is very hot on average.
On average, it's still quite hot, though today it's not quite as hot. Luckily, we just had a rain shower, so we're around, I don't know, 24, 25, which is very pleasant in my opinion, I think. But yeah, like we had several days over 30, so that's all Celsius, you know, like the intuitive way to describe temperatures. Yes.
I mean, it's not quite as bad for a certain region as it is with like size measurements, but
yeah. Yeah.
I still don't get why American people have so many feet. I only have 2. And I'm happy.
I have to think about a really stupid tweet I saw some time ago, but I will not talk about that related to feeds.
You follow important and famous VTuber Garagura?
No. Oh gosh, please. No. I only understand freedom units, sorry. Yeah, I just recently saw the street where somebody mentioned that like a lot of people say like Fahrenheit is more intuitive than Celsius, and you know, it's a really stupid argument in my opinion, because intuition is not something that something inherently have. It's so much based on what you're just used to. It's like there's nothing intuitive about Fahrenheit. You can argue that steps of 10 is great, but I know it's like larger numbers are not always better. And like people said, like, oh, with Fahrenheit you have actually more, you can specify in a detailed way how hot it is, but you know, nobody needs this. So they argued like for Celsius you would have to use you know, digits, and nobody does that. Nobody, like there doesn't need to be any specification between 23 and 24. Like those are already very same-ish, really. So I don't know.
By the way, Felix, is your voice quality a bit off? Or is it
okay. Did I change? Did I select the wrong microphone?
The wrong microphone, maybe.
No, that should be it. It says that it's this one here. Can you hear this?
Okay, maybe. I mean, what does the chat say? People in chat, gamers in chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it somehow sounds to me a bit like your voice is a bit more rough.
I mean, it's a different microphone than I usually use, but usually it's supposed to be better. I don't know, maybe something's broken with the microphone, but if everybody else is fine. Oh my gosh! Floor subscribed 56 months. That's like forever. Damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our biggest fan.
Amazing. By the way, oh no, go on first. Hi Yui, hi Zolf, aka Wandun, aka... I just wanted to call you Karl, but you're not Karl. Karl is someone else. Question: Project Terra in Spanish? Question mark.
Well, we can't promise anything yet. That really depends on the publisher we will work with in the end. So
I mean, I personally definitely want to, because I feel like Spanish is big market.
yeah.
And hi Alona Wolf, and hi DW NE Infinity, and Kovac, and L202 something. It's, a lot of names.
Yeah.
We have
Hello.
66 people here. It's almost satanic. We just need another 6.
Wow.
I have something to say. It's very interesting.
Oh, wow. You have something to say? Is it related to VTubers?
I mean, if you don't want me to say it, then just say so. No, actually, I'm not sure if I should say it. It's very. We have an anniversary this year, Felix.
An anniversary?
Not us two, but like, I mean, you also have an anniversary this year, Felix. Please don't forget it.
Yeah. But
there's also a Crosscut related anniversary. First of all, 5 years in September, but also
oh damn. Yeah, you're right.
I realized it's like it's almost. I think this December we have a 10th year anniversary of. Where is it? I need to find the document again. We have a 10-year anniversary of.
What happened in 2013?
In December of 2013, I created the Crosscut skill circuit planning document.
Wow, what a striking and important point in the whole of Crosscut development.
Yeah, I know.
I think if you go this way, we will have a 10-year anniversary every year from now on. So
yeah, I know. It's just something that for me personally, it made me think, wow, a lot of time happened, and
yeah, it's kind of wild to think that we worked almost a decade on Crosscut. It's such a long time. So yeah, next decade goes to Project Terra, obviously. So
I mean, you started 2012, right?
Actually, it was 2011, just at the very end, which is effectively 2012.
So basically 7 years of development for almost?
For the main game, and then they made the DLC, and when everything was finished, I think we had 2021. So I think so. Yeah, I think the DLC came out 2021, right? So that was almost 10 years.
We just recently released another hotfix, so in a way we if you count
it never ends, obviously. Yeah, we actually released a hotfix, and
but most of the hotfix stuff was already done like months ago, and only very small stuff was but then somebody complained about a missing entry in the last minute heroes, and then we had to act, because they're the last minute heroes. They're important. They saved us back then, otherwise Crosscut wouldn't have been, probably. In a way, maybe. Eternal development, yes. Let's do Star Citizens next.
Okay, I will now switch to my desktop.
Yes.
By the way, I'm streaming on screen in very low quality in Discord, so you can have a more up-to-date preview, you too, if you want to see stuff. Yeah, so that's the dungeon tileset, the current state we are working on.
Hey, Zoe.
Hi there.
Hey.
The thing that Jeff Mögel is about to say is definitely about Limbus Company.
Oh, no.
Didn't even think about that, but I guess I should also talk about that one. Felix will be so happy about that.
No.
How did you guys start with tiles creation? Was there a good tutorial to get the head around it, or just practice? I mean, we were old RPG Maker veterans, so that
honestly, that was one of our big lessons. We worked with RPG Maker, most of our team members, and so we already had a pretty good idea what kind of structures work well, like how to make cliffs in a way that you don't have infinite tiles variations. You learned about auto tiles, and that's, we already used this knowledge in Crosscut, obviously, which was made in RPG Maker, almost. No, it was effectively a custom RPG Maker, but the auto tiles were less advanced in Crosscut, to be fair. But yeah, so that's a good reference, and yeah, a lot of it was just trying out things, looking at other graphics, and learning over the years. Honestly, if you think about it, I always remember I started working with RPG Maker in the year 2000, probably 2003 or something.
Yeah, that's
2003, maybe 2002, or was it 2001? Anyway, so around 20 years plus, something about over 20 years ago, I've been starting working on with RPG Maker, and I just kept learning about creating tile sets and sprite graphics ever since then. And you kind of can see how things got better over time.
Felix, you don't have to remember things. Don't forget, there is this great site that's called Makerpendium. It knows everything about you.
Yeah.
It knows everything about you.
Yeah, they know everything about me, which is weird.
They still haven't added that you are married. Let me just put that on there real quick. Okay. It knows how old you are, what your real name is, that you are a former RPG Maker game developer.
That's true.
And you started because of Giga Games.
That is, yeah, probably. I don't quite remember, honestly.
Felix, it's what it says here, so it's true.
It must
stop arguing with the source of knowledge. And apparently you were active in the RPG Maker community since 2001.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Okay.
Yeah, 2001. That's 22 years. Holy shit, man.
And you are among the most well-known
over half of my life I've been doing art. I was working on games, essentially. It's weird if you think about it.
You are among us the most well-known people in the German RPG community.
That's obviously. Oh no, I don't know.
And a name you created for yourself in 2001 as the developer of the RPG Maker 2000 games, Felserborn, Taras Adventure. Okay, I will just...
Okay, maybe stop talking about me on this wiki. Let's talk about other stuff. Anyway, I will now start with polishing this part here. I actually spent, I felt like 1 or 2 hours just figuring out a new pattern for this one, because before it looked more like this and I didn't like it somehow. Didn't look Terra-ish enough for me. So I made this now, but it's unpolished. So I will now employ some manual anti-aliasing, in case you ever saw that. That is actually one technique I learned probably sometime later during Crosscut development. So when I started working on Crosscut, I wasn't aware of how effective actually just some understanding of anti-aliasing is for decent pixel art. Which it's not really all that difficult. You're not supposed to do this here. This is bad. This is called pixel bending. Don't do this. You do this just here. And these dots. And suddenly this is good. This is good. That's really all it is. That's anti-aliasing. Yeah, it's sometimes tricky because sometimes you end up accidentally doing some pillow shading stuff, and you always need to check and look at stuff. But then again, you know, pillow shading, some people overdo it and they have like this extremely purist view about what perfect pixel art is. And then you look at games like, I don't know, Valhalla, it's full of pillow shading all over the place. Like they just didn't care.
You mean the this one visual novel, right? The Barkeeper.
Yeah.
Felix,
it's not that important, and it's I don't know. It's like some kind of perfectionism thing.
By the way, someone else joined our call.
Ooh. Oh, hi Stefan.
Hello. Is your mic broken?
Hey there.
Okay, something seems to be wrong about my mic. I don't know, like people didn't complain so far.
I think it's just a bit louder and therefore maybe distorts a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably what happened is again that Microsoft decided to reset the audio settings. It does that.
That could be.
Okay.
A bit of Bailey says, hey, I I still owe Radical 10 euros, but the wiki doesn't mention that. I mean, I can add it.
Okay, I just need to find things.
Regarding pixel art, I personally like to have a smaller preview
There it is.
in the corner or something, where you can see it in either in game resolution or even further zoomed out.
Okay, so I'm just making it a bit quieter. So how's this now? Is this better?
I think it's better. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's less. It
Okay.
doesn't distort.
Also, oh no, go on first before we go to
Yes.
things.
Because sometimes with pixel art, you can sink too much into the details, into the one pixel, and it's sometimes better to zoom out and see how it affects the whole picture. Or
Yeah, that's true. I just keep zooming. I think that's what I do in practice. But yeah, obviously having a small preview. Actually, I think Aseprite has this. I just don't use it. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Obviously. Yeah, that's in general. It's kind of like. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't know, I get the feeling I became pretty slow with pixel art, mostly because I just can't stop tweaking things, and I think it really, like when you become really, really good, like godlike, like Thomas for instance, he has like this confidence of just doing things quickly and it looks great, so, and I don't know, I didn't reach that level.
Intuition, Felix.
Yeah.
You're at intuition again.
Yeah, he's also pretty quick with just setting pixel, because he's using his tablet.
Yeah, I do that too.
Click.
Yeah, now I'm using actually my mouse, but I also use the tablet. It depends on what I'm doing, actually. Antialiasing is actually quicker with mouse because it just set individual pixels like this. It's
I think he even does that with the tablet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I recommend some color theory, like shadows should be more into the blue. Lights should be more into the yellow or sometimes red or something.
Yeah, hue shifting. Also a big thing.
Yeah, some hue shifting. Usually, even if you don't realize it, it makes a big difference because it looks more realistic and less like plastic or something.
Honestly, I always had big problems with colors, making things look good with colors, and big part of that was because I didn't know about hue shifting and how important it is. Because it's
keep going. I just want to add.
It's like it's kind of like it makes the difference between things looking too plain and boring, and then it suddenly gets more interesting, exciting as soon as you make some hue shift happen.
Also, there are different types of hue shifting, or like different techniques, you could say. For example, when you see the color wheel, you can go in a line to the color you want, or you can go in an arc, so you keep the radius.
Right.
Stuff like that. There are different versions, and that comes down to art style, but it's like cool to know about it.
Yeah.
Another thing I would say is use reference. Learn from other pixel art. Like I actually learned some pixel art by in the RPG Maker times by copying some other pixel art one by one, just pixel by pixel.
Yeah, honestly, using references and looking close at what other things do, like other games do. I obviously had a very close look at Seiken Densetsu 3 graphics. That's how I learned a lot of things. So, there's nothing wrong with having references like this. It gives you a huge boost in learning things quickly. As long as you don't just copy things, so you won't learn much from that. But if you try to take the technique and everything.
Yeah, for me it was as I said, I copied pixel by pixel. Like I picked the color and set it in another canvas at the same position, and it made me think about that pixel makes it look like this. Or is in relative position to this, so it looks like, or it's very finicky, for example, with faces or hands in pixel art. there you can really see the effect of just one pixel. And that's how I learned some things.
Yeah.
About that.
I don't know. People learn differently. I'm just a very big learning by doing kind of guy. But there's a lot of things where I sometimes wish I could go back in time and just tell me, like, don't do this, and it would have saved me a whole lot of time. Like, I'm not, that's part of the reason why sometimes I'm a bit slow with learning things, because I just need to figure things out on my own, and this sometimes takes longer than just reading it somewhere. So.
Regarding like tile sets and terrain, I think like there are some rather fixed conventions. Like the upper side is always brighter, right? Because it's
that's a convention that I actually think. I mean, there's no rule for that. That really depends on the light conditions. But that's something I decided myself. Like in our games, the top is always lighter than the front. But you need to pick one, right? You can also say that the front is lighter. It's just a different kind of lighting. But you know, for a top-down game, it makes sense to make the top because it's more consistent. Would be weird to argue that the walls are outlier. But if you have like a side view game, then maybe you might want to have more light on the walls, for instance.
And yeah, another thing is, of course, you can always color correct when you're done or when you're close to done, and like bring up some values, bring down some other values.
That's
bring
true.
In some blues or.
That's actually what I did recently a lot for this tile set in particular. Just tweaking colors. So that's yeah, actually that's something I really got into during Crosscut development ever since I learned about like the gradient map, which is, I think I talked about this in another stream already, but it's an amazing tool. Unfortunately, mostly available in Photoshop. Maybe some other programs too, but Sprite doesn't have anything like it, which is. I
think we should request that.
Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, they have this kind of pure pixel attitude where they're all about using clean palettes, and I don't use clean palettes, and the gradient map goes against using clean palettes. They're about shifting around colors as you need them. You change your palette.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically you change your palette, so you edit all these colors at once. So.
Yeah, it's like it's like you can argue it's a good way to find a perfect palette for your image, right? I use that in Crosscut a whole lot. Like I went over all kind of tile sets and tweak colors after we made most of the graphics, really, just to tweak everything to look good together.
I think if I remember correctly, you actually make a screenshot of the whole map.
Yes.
Right? And then you color correct and you.
And I still do that. In fact, I can show you this because I did this for the dungeon tile set. And that's why I requested a feature in Project Terra that you can make a screenshot which doesn't have any anti-aliasing, which has like precise pixels. Maybe I can show it.
And the reason is because you have a different context, right?
Yes.
If you only edit the tile set, you only see the tiles in that set and stuff.
Yeah, it's huge advantage if you can see all the different elements in context. So yeah, it's the second time I do it. I actually already recolored the tile set and now I'm doing it again. So I do this multiple times. Because sometimes, when you add more props, like things change or you figure out new problems and then you need to go over things. So it's subtle, but here, this is how it looked before. And this is how it looks now. That was actually also done as a request from our environment art, like our new concept artist who said she wanted to have more blue. So I added more blue. But yeah, stuff like, which is not really up to date, but I tried to make before we had very golden borders for our maps, which does look fancy, but we had a problem, which is this. We also have golden fences and you often put them at the edge of the platforms, and then you had gaps like this and you just wouldn't see them. Like, even though the game has the depth perception advantage, you still don't see those. It's just, I don't know, if things look too similar, your brain tends to filter things out. You're not always looking at things closely. So that was really a problem. So that's why ultimately I decided to change the color of these, make them less bright yellow. But the funny thing is, even with that, it was tricky. So I went all the way and I just changed the border to be more grayish. And even though it doesn't look quite as interesting, it just makes everything much easier to read, which in my opinion is more important. And in any case, I mean, the border is not supposed to make things look good. You're supposed to add decorations to make things look good and details, right? So that's at least my opinion. You want to have more control on where you make things look pretty. But yeah, so that's one of the examples here. But yeah, the great thing of this approach is you just put a screenshot of your game with all the things in it. Then you put all your tilesets here next to it. And the trick really is, and that is really unique to pixel art, and that's why this is so awesome about pixel art. You just select things with the magic tool, right? You just select the colors. There's not too many colors in each element, so I just click a few colors, right? Like this. I'm pretty sure I showed this again, but it's such an effective tool. I want to show this again. And you see, you have the same area selected in your screenshot. And now, the big thing about Photoshop, again, I'm sure other programs have it too, like, I forgot all the names of all the other graphic programs, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm sure they have it too. This is how it is in Photoshop, the gradient map. GIMP, and probably GIMP might have it too, though it might not be fun to use.
I mean, GIMP got a lot better over the
probably. But yeah, as you can see now, I made it white, and then I can add, make it more bluish, for instance. Obviously, this looks horrible, but yeah, it just makes it very easy to tweak palettes.
I think I've never used GIMP for pixel art.
Or like color ramps, yeah. So
did we? Before I forget, I'm gonna say it now. Thanks, Bill Fork 34 for the subscription for 36 months.
Yeah.
And they subscribed with Amazon Prime, not Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime, which is very good. I think RD should tell us about it later. But first, I want to read the message that is very inspiring, I think. It's hello, everyone.
Hello. To you too.
Yes.
There was actually a question which is kind of interesting. How come Germans are so good at making anime-styled games? I just played Signalis recently, and oh my, best game I played this year, definitely. Oh yeah, Signalis is a very amazing game. And it's also very anime, that's true, yeah.
I mean, there's the surprising number of JRPGs, especially, that are not just from Germany, but also come from the same... not
the same what?
Sorry. I wouldn't say come from the same community, but the developers have the same community roots as we do.
But is that the case for Signalis? I don't know actually.
Not for Signalis, no. I was more talking about like certain other games like Chained Echoes and Monster Sanctuary and.
That's true.
I mean, Widget isn't really that kind of game, but.
Skullboy.
Skullboy, yeah, right.
Though Skullboy isn't very JRPG-esque, I would say.
Not very anime.
They all come from the same community as we do.
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah, the German RPG Maker community.
Yeah, but wasn't there some other rather big game that was anime styled and came from Germany? There was some, but I'm sure there was some, but I'm forgetting it now. But which was it?
There's a crosscut modding question. How to increase the enemy attack frequency when in large enemy groups? Is there a variable for that? First of all, why would you do that? Don't increase the attack frequency when you have large enemy groups. Already bad as it is. It's too bad. Crosscut has horrible enemy attack frequency scaling. I had to hack things to make them slower, otherwise people would rage quit, I think. But there is actually something, there is something, I just need to remember it.
Fucking Google, give me proper...
Let me see if I can find this. Frequency. Guest assist.
You know what? I'm gonna be right back.
Okay, here's speed. What is speed? Overall combat speed of enemies. Where do I change this? Yes, actually you can scale it both ways too. Yeah, you can make it faster and slower. Speed is a very generic term that is used everywhere. And we don't have TypeScript.
Did we have like a New Game Plus option that deactivated that, or did we not do that? I don't
We have
remember.
a script option. You can actually change it in an event if you need to.
Oh yeah, right.
But it
Should have
just...
made a Game Plus thing.
Here it is. Set combat speed. This is much better. So, the speed. Here it is. There's an event step called set combat speed. So you can just specify a value which scales the overall speed. So make it bigger than 1 and enemies will attack faster. So that's it. Pretty much.
There was Shadow Tactics. That totally counts as an anime a game, right? Because it's in Japan.
Laura, you need to have the microphone a little bit away from the speakers.
Me? Or what?
No, Flora. I think she did it. Yeah,
I think I need to turn it a bit further down. I get the feeling it's still too loud.
like, I'm wondering that it was at 100% anyway, like, holy shit.
As I said, like, I don't know why this happens, but sometimes I think Windows just decides to change the settings, because I definitely didn't change anything there. It's I notice this whenever I start OBS and suddenly it doesn't find my microphone anymore. It might be because at some time I switched my graphics card, but I think that was before last stream, so that probably wasn't it. I don't know, it's weird. Okay, seems to be better now.
Guess. What was this damn game that I was... Anyway, I can't find it.
Back to pixeling. Thanks.
Back to pixeling. We got another subscription by Milson 07 with Twitch Prime again, which is great. I mean, Twitch Prime, goddamn. So good. Yui Cannon says sake is delicious. I agree, but the best is fox sake. Germany is just so tiny. You could say we are... Then they have some Japanese talk. Crosscut modding question, we answered that.
But yeah, why do Germans make so many great JRPGs?
We were always good at it. We never got a chance before.
Yeah, right. That's what I wanted to say. Also regards to anime games, because I mean, obviously we didn't get many JRPGs until the PS1 era.
Yeah.
Also, relatively speaking, compared to like Italy and especially France and stuff, the anime boom came pretty late in Germany.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And not as strong. So Germany are like Japanese, tall and passionate. The stuff that I'm not. Maybe.
That's a very general statement.
Yeah. We also have the Bushido spirit in Germany. It's part of our.
Oh no!
It's part of our Grundgesetz, actually.
Yeah, there's this really awkward subtype of rappers in Germany who
Oh no.
have a
Not
really
Not that Bushido spirit.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that.
I actually was thinking about this when you said Bushido spirit.
No,
Thought, oh
I
shit,
didn't.
no.
I didn't. I totally forgot he exists.
I'm sorry.
My brain. Germany also has the best internet as long as you don't want any.
That's true, yeah. It's like it's amazing
Well,
we
you live in a
even
city,
can
I mean,
work
like,
on
I-
digital things.
Mhm.
You can see in the stream live in action how great our internet tends to be. Like, let's hope that the stream will be not interrupted this time.
Thanks to Helmut Kohl and his copper internet things.
Mm.
Talent. Okay. Japanese talent. Sorry, I misread the. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I misread the sentence. Oh no, let's keep that box of Pandora closed. Yeah, that's better. I'm not even sure if he's still active. I have no idea.
That's okay.
I don't care. Highest level of digitalization. Fax und Brieftaube.
That's about right.
The internet is uncharted territory for all of us. Yep.
Mm.
That is true. Any use crowbar here? What crowbar? Oh yeah, I just want to mention
Mm.
because where is it? I retweeted it some time ago. Oh yeah, right. You do remember how is she called again? Or rather, I'm just gonna mention her game. You might remember Arcadian Atlas, right?
Mm.
This one.
Yes.
On Final Fantasy Tactics,
Mm.
a game that has been in development since
I saw that it
Very
will
good.
finally come out now in
in like
this month, right?
Yeah, in like 12 days apparently. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna post it here. I mean,
Do that.
it's been in development for a very long time, and it's been it has foxes. I just saw it has foxes, and she has been very passionate about it for a long time. So let's hope for success.
Mm.
What else do we have? Also, did you know that there's a platform called Twitter?
What?
No.
And it
What is
exists.
That's
Just-
sad.
no, I just wanted
Despite
to.
all odds, it still exists.
Despite everything, it's still not itself, but it's still there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I'm afraid of the day when they will finally turn off the tweet deck that we currently have. Because I'm very much used to that, and I heard they are planning to make a new tweet deck, which seems to suck. I don't know, I didn't have a close look at it.
I have it already. It's the same thing.
Apparently,
Is it the same thing? Can you actually see? Can you see?
Columns
Yeah.
and-
Can you have columns from different accounts next to each other? Is that possible?
Oh, that I didn't check actually.
Yeah, because that is like the big thing that I use for TweetDeck, because I'm kind of managing 3 accounts, right? And it's nice to see these things together, and at least when I looked, I couldn't figure out how to do that with a new one.
I mean, I did hear that certain functions will be reserved for Twitter Blue users.
Yeah, so that's what I'm afraid might happen. So might have to get the stupid check mark.
No, Felix, no!
Don't buy into this.
People will make fun of you.
But how am I supposed to reach things? Okay.
Felix, stop being addicted to Twitter. There's me who retweets a lot of anime fan art on Twitter.
Honestly, though, we do have a very, very limited media presence, and it's essentially just Twitter. So this might actually be kind of a problem.
Felix, we need to reactivate our Tumblr account.
Yes, the only solution to this. Oh gosh. But yeah. We sort of neglected our media presence, I think. So
It doesn't matter. Marketing doesn't matter. It only matters if good game.
alright, if you say so.
That's totally how game development is. It doesn't matter if you actually sell your game where just the knowledge that you made the best game is enough to sustain you.
That sounds dangerous.
You think so?
I mean, at least if you plan to make things
Yes,
financially viable. If you
by
plan to
the way,
live from things, that's...
I'm in Germany. In German, we say "Wir voll Luft und Liebe leben," and that is beautiful. How do you
You say
actually
that now, but then when you don't get paid, you hum a different melody.
Yeah, maybe. By the way, how do you actually pronounce it? Geocities, or is it GeoCities, or is it GeoCities? How do you pronounce this old web hosting platform?
Yeah, okay.
How do you actually pronounce it? Is it GeoCities, GeoCities,
That's a good question. I have no idea.
My ICQ number, if anyone wants to add me. Does ICQ still exist? I think it does, right? Does ICQ still exist, Felix? We need to get our ICQ accounts back. I remember that you were a huge fan of ICQ back in the day.
I don't even remember if I liked or hated it.
No, you hated it. I just
Okay.
remember one of our very first interactions that we ever had was like, don't use ICQ, use MSN. ICQ sucks. That's one of the first things I remember. That's one of the first things I remember us talking about.
Wow, okay.
At least on voice.
I guess I was like a huge Microsoft fan back then.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think MSN had some pretty neat features back then.
MSN was good. It was extremely good, especially once you had MSN Plus and could annoy each
you
other
can't do
with
so much
accounts.
stupid shit. Oh god.
I have good news for everyone. Oh wow, and I also have very bad news that I read directly afterwards.
Oh,
the good
no.
news is there's a stable release of ICQ from last year. So I guess it's still active. The bad news is, and I quote, in 2023, an investigation by Brazilian news outlets, I can't read it, found that ICQ was used to freely share child pornography due to lax moderation policies. I mean, that's like a great strategy to share illegal things using a platform that no one else uses anymore. Like, it's basically like selling drugs in an abandoned parking lot or something. I assume.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
This is what happens.
Wait. During the second week of January 2021, ICQ saw a renewed increase in popularity in Hong Kong, spurred by the controversy over WhatsApp's privacy update. The number of downloads for the application increased 35-fold in the region. So I guess it's still a big thing in Hong Kong.
Oh, there was actually a question by Kovac that I almost forgot to talk about. He said he sees round corners. Do they work? Well, roughly. The collision is actually not more precise than the diagonal because it's close enough that you don't notice. I tried doing a more precise collision and I realized there's a physics bug, and then I undid it and tried to ignore it. So potentially we could do more precise collisions, not circles. Would be more like a slightly different.
You don't notice anyway.
Yeah, again, like you don't notice this really. Let me demonstrate. Yeah. Oh. Rose says, I saw diagonal fences and chuckled. Why? Yeah, because we had those in Crosscut. Guess what? You cannot do your stupid tricks anymore. We have better collisions now. No more standing on. God damn it! Okay, those don't count. What is this? Why? Okay, but those work, right? Yeah, those work fine.
Most of the time I like it.
Oh boy. That's evil stuff here. Huh. Oh shit, this is not good. Oh, okay, yeah, because I have a weird collision there, I think, too, still. Oh yeah, we have party members. Let's just disable those. Because they're still... We have the great plan to have party members in dungeons, and you can see already how this goes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, this will be an interesting design challenge. So, okay, what did I want to do? I wanted to look at the collision boxes.
Also, a little fun fact. You might still remember IRC, right?
Sure.
And
Actually-
IRC was first introduced in 1988. Jesus Christ, man. It's basically the first kind of messenger platform, or rather chat platform, that I used back in the days. Anyway, yeah, our Kovac said, "Oh, what a nice debug view."
Oh
That is
yeah.
true.
Yeah, the collision box view. I mean, we actually had something similar in Crosscut too. It wasn't as easily available. And not quite as detailed, like you couldn't see slopes. Corner cutting collision. Actually, I wonder why you fly through there. This might be because I'm actually jumping in a way, because I'm debug jumping here and I'm actually overlapping with the collision box. At least I hope that's the case. Anyway, yeah. Well. Physics are hard. Whoop. Look at this. I already made a secret jump puzzle. I'm spoiling it here and now. Don't look. I spoiled it. Okay.
Alright, I didn't look.
Good. I am done with this part here. Okay. I added Terra symbols here. Oop. That works. Interesting. Why did they think it was? Okay. Never mind. Okay, so next thing I want to work on is we got another subscription by Yellow Camel for 22 months already. Thank you. The message is yay. Okay.
See.
Okay. So something is weird here. Okay. Stop it.
Yellow Camel, yeah, and a subscription by Wind Extra, also with Twitch Prime.
Thank you.
Phew, I was worried I would be spoiled on a jumping puzzle or something.
That sure would be...
It would be terrible.
Sure would be terrible.
Also, I have
I
a
don't
question.
think you can even jump. Yeah.
Did you ever hear of this one Happy German Kid meme.
No.
It has been like apparently very big internationally, but I haven't heard about that until like some weeks or months ago.
Happy German kid.
It's basically some happy German kid that talks in a very high-pitched voice how he is so happy that his mom allowed him to have cola and play Fortnite. And it's like it's
Actually adorable.
Yeah, it's very adorable and very silly, and apparently it became very popular internationally. And he basically says this in a very rhythmic way. There's like versions of it where there's music in the background, and at the very end he says, "Yippee!" That has yes, a yippee kid, right? And it's like, and it also has like a certain what is it again? Yippee kid, German. Yippee. Yeah, it has like a certain drawing. Very weird. Oh, it has an entry on Know Your Meme. Nice. And I have seen that in so many places, and I never got that connection until I heard that it's apparently a meme about some German kid that is very happy about Fortnite and cola. Where is
I think I probably saw it somewhere. Okay, there
maybe
it is. I have to see this now.
it's this drawing, right? This drawing. There's variations of that everywhere. Yeah, it was a meme. The mother let
Oh my gosh. This is really extremely high pitched.
Yes, it is. It's basically the young version, the good version of the angry German kid.
Oh my god.
Thanks to the real Tetro who also subscribed for 15 months with Twitch Prime. Yay! Yippee!
Yippee! Okay, so this is done, I think. Okay, this one needs a bit of polishing still.
I love that kid so much. Yeah, and I first learned about that meme through a variation on that meme that was connected to Olympus Company. That's which features German-based characters. So it all makes sense. It all makes sense. Unreal Tournament spielen los. He sounds very happy. Yeah, Yui, that's a way to learn German, by the way. Listen to this meme like 100 times. Wie cool ist das denn? Why did that kid sound like like they were tortured? I don't know. Maybe they're from Brandenburg.
This pleases me.
This pleases me.
Someone made a Brandenburg joke recently in some Discord server, and I forgot why and what the context was. And then I just had to search the Brandenburg song again and listen to it.
I won, yeah.
Brandenburg.
Ah, gosh.
Oh, right. That was the joke.
Great. Four. Okay, let's see. Okay, what else happened? Several people in our team have been playing a certain game, which was released not too long ago. We could talk about that.
Exoprimer?
What?
Ghost Trick?
Actually, I still want to play that one too. Ghost Trick is amazing, I think. Still need to play it, has been some time, so then I will know if it's still amazing then. Did anyone play the port already? The remake?
I played it. It's really, really good. It's fantastic.
Not me.
Nice.
I usually don't play remakes. I have played the game.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
story
Yeah.
has been spoiled for me.
I never played the
Actually, I
original.
already forgot part of the story. I mean, I didn't forget the big twist, but I probably forgot like 50-60% again, you know.
Made more like 420.8%.
Okay.
Yui said, yeah, send more German memes, thanks. And then a bit of Bailey's answered, when I'm in a constantly complaint about things, you can easily change by taking action yourself contest. And my opponent is German.
When we say that something tastes good, we say you can eat it.
You can eat it, yeah. Or you can drink it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or you can do it, you know.
You can do it. No, we never say that.
Oh, I
That
say that
positive.
if a game is good, you can do it.
You can do it.
Hmm.
Kann man machen.
Kann man machen. Oh yeah, right. Kann man machen, right. That was the...
Aber dann ist es halt scheiße.
Und dann ist
It's one of the evil variants.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Okay.
You mentioned Exoprimal. Did it release?
I rewatched the first episode of
Wait, don't
Gurren
ignore me.
Lagann recently.
Of what?
Of Gurren Lagann.
Oh. Classic.
That was good with a friend. It was amazing. Still the best anime.
Overrated.
Undefeated.
Overrated. We'll watch. I don't know.
You go and play your Ligma company.
Und
That's actually how it was
no
called.
turn back
No,
compass possible, Henne. No turn back possible.
it's actually called Steve Jobs, okay?
Ligma company.
There was recently like this very great... what was it again? Not your balls or something? And then in Japanese or whatever.
Hmm.
Good.
Yeah, this is the league. The name of the league, Legendary League in Splatoon, like the Japanese expressions,
Right.
that stuff.
Ligma or something, right?
Yeah,
Ligma?
which was abbreviated Ligma. Yeah.
Ligma for Japanese Splatoon players, basically.
Mm.
They abbreviated Ligma. And well, and then someone asked. Of course, it was spelled in Japanese. And then someone asked in English, "What is?" Then copied
Yeah.
the Japanese word, and then someone just replied with the meme, you know, the Watchmen meme, the best one. Anyway, Stefan wanted to hear about it because he mentioned it. So let me tell you about how great Ligma Company is. Sorry, Limbus
No,
Company.
no,
No.
it was not an invitation.
Oh, damn it! I thought it was.
We can talk about 5.16 instead.
Yeah, let's talk about a good game.
Let's talk about one of
Which is
these
good.
other games that are totally big and thus bad.
Yeah. A lot of
That's
money
all.
went
Yeah,
into this
Event
game.
16 was amazing.
I still didn't beat it, so
It has, I think it manages well to balance the like more grounded storytelling of Western storytelling with the over-the-topness of.
Yeah, they just combined it straight up,
Yeah.
right? So they just took, hey, let's take these serious Western medieval themes, but then let's just add fancy dancing, Dragoneer units and huge guys with huge weapons. And honestly, I actually really enjoy these ridiculous moments. It definitely doesn't take itself too serious in a way. I don't know, it's hard to describe. Like with some former Final Fantasy 13 games, I often got the feeling like they try to seem very deep, and this game to some extent has it too, but it has humor which works. It has actually at times it has good humor. That's worth so much. So that's yeah, it's actually it's a lot of fun, definitely. Yeah, it's good.
It is, yeah. The combat is also great.
Yes.
You can do some stylish movement. There's even like a arcade mode in the game. Lets you replay parts of the game, and you can try to score as high as you can, which really feels like Devil May Cry.
It's literally exactly like Devil May Cry.
And even long into the late game, the game still unlocks like new ways to play for you, like new things to try out. In the combat specifically.
Yeah.
And the side quests all feel like, okay, they're connected to characters that are important, you know.
Yeah, they definitely do a lot of things where they revisit a lot of characters that you met before in the quests, and that makes them just more interesting on average. So that you have kind of really, you notice they really try to do a character or world building, one of the two usually. So there's also some quests with random characters, but they use them to really like give you some background about the place, which is pretty interesting. There was this one quest about one guy. Is it spoiler? I don't think. Probably not. Okay, I will not talk about it. But anyway, they often give pretty. There's a lot of interesting information that you tend to get when you're doing quests.
And the game really has an entire system to explain you everything that is happening right now and everything that happened before.
How did they call this? Active time lore, I think.
Active time lore, and then there's also like a
which
NPC
is really funny.
Who reiterates your character relationships over the course of the game. So, you know, in Xenoblade, it's always the current state, that kind of like chart that you get, like the relationship chart. But in this game, you can kind of go back and see how relationships change. And boy, is that menu clean.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
I actually really enjoy, and was very good to have this active time. I just think this name is really funny. You know, active time battle, active time lore, or real time lore. And how did they call it? It felt like a reference to
in
active.
Final Fantasy IX they had that.
They had that too.
But in that game it was like a different cutscene you could look.
Oh.
Right? During cutscenes you could pause, I think, and then look at a different cutscene that happened at the same time.
Oh yeah, they had something like that.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. I wish Final Fantasy 16 wasn't the easiest game ever. I mean, it's a character action game. It's very focused on you being the master of combat at all times.
I find the difficulty pleasant, personally. I don't need my games to be very hard, so I'm okay with that.
That as well. I only ever died once in my playthrough to honestly a thing that I should have seen coming, but you know, it caught me a little bit off guard. Clive the Himbo. No, he is not a himbo. He's not stupid. You know, he's not stupid, but he's really bad at lying.
That's true. I mean, it's nice. I like the main character mostly because he's not an edgelord this time, so he's actually...
Yeah, he
he's
just
actually,
looks like one.
Yeah, he looks like one, but he's actually a pretty decent, nice guy with... I don't know. He's just a pleasant guy overall. Just the writing is good. I just need to say this over and over again. I'm just so happy that Square Enix managed to do good writing again. Like, it feels like I don't know. Some Final Fantasies had so horrible writings that I just kept doing it, and I was just really concerned I can't play Final Fantasies anymore and enjoy the characters. But yeah, ever since the remake, things seem to be a lot better. I actually already heard that Final Fantasy 14 is better. and I also never played that, so yeah.
Yeah, don't get into it.
Yeah.
You won't be finishing this in your lifetime anymore.
Yeah. Probably
The
not.
list of permitted terms added by Henne in this channel will never not make me laugh. I mean, I usually take context into account. I mean, Gabi obviously used the word bimbo as an to describe why they don't like himbo as a term, not as a derogatory. Also, where can I actually look at this list? Is it somewhere in the moderation tools? Is there a list? Oh
What?
yeah. Why is there only 2 terms? I'm sure I'm sure I added more. Why is there only 2 terms that I have ever allowed?
Things are very strict here.
Mm. Oh, poor MILF pervert. Okay, I see. Hookers. Amazing. Hey, there's one that Teflora actually allowed.
Hmm?
And 2 that... Wait.
What did I do?
Or not? Is it allowed or is it...
Allow
forbidden?
a certain word to be used in the chat.
Why? Why is come
Where?
with K?
Oh, that's it was because of Bucky Coom.
Yeah. Ah, I see.
Oh, a big
No, I was in the
damn
butt.
it.
Yeah.
In the butt. Blows me huge. What the fuck, man? Okay. One is pretty...
I'm pretty sure they were all in an innocent context
Yeah, sure.
when they originated.
Maxman. Huh? Oh. Oh no. I think I found a few cases where I by accident banned someone because I misclicked before I changed my moderation interface. The one time where I by accident banned the developer of Indiepogo for a few seconds. Good times, good times. Anyway, how can I leave this mode again? Twitch is very... Nah, I don't understand Twitch. How does it work? How do I deactivate this mode?
That's the fun thing. It doesn't.
No. Let me leave. Let me out. Right, I wanted to answer the whole Grandea question. Secret of Grandea is nearing
still
it.
doing good.
Vandun asked, so will Secret of Grandea ever been released? I know. I saw the first time years ago, but you played it on stream here. Yeah, we still need to finish that.
Oh my
playthrough.
god. Does this ever happen?
I think the
ask
game
like
finished, you know.
when the game is finished, maybe. The thing is, I'm actually looking at the development now and then, and I've looked at it like some weeks ago, and it didn't have an update for some months, but I think the last one was like early this year. And as far as I know, they're working on it part-time at this point. But they should be relatively close to the end, so I don't know, maybe another year or 2? I don't know. But it's not abandoned from what I know.
Wishing them good luck
Yep.
on their journey to become the best
game
in the Kanto region.
In the Kanto region, yes. They will catch them all. How do I deactivate the mod modus? How is this? How can you do it? No. What is this? I don't want to click any buttons because I feel that like if I do, then I will like ban everyone by accident. Is this? No. I hate Twitch. Twitch is dumb. Okay. Twitch. How to deactivate mod view. Ah, that doesn't help me.
Okay, so I got this here. Yeah, that's enough.
What did you guys watch in terms of animated movies? Not much recently.
I watched One Piece Red.
Oh, did you like the music?
No.
Oh, I still
What?
need to watch it.
Not a
Didn't
big
li-
fan of J-pop.
That's not J-pop. You.
What?
Japanese pop
Not-
and rock.
Not every not every Japanese song is J-pop. You crouton.
It's very J-esque music.
Well, okay.
It's very anime music, and
Well, okay.
it's basically a movie about different intro and outro songs.
So you're saying it's good music?
It's not my music.
Then
No, I like.
skill issue. Yeah. Thanks a bit of Baileys.
Yeah.
You're a lifesaver, as they say in the United.
Otherwise, was an okay movie.
Okay, I heard about that. It's apparently a pretty
Some nice
video game.
animations.
It's Japanese K-pop, right?
Japanese game.
Okay. So next I will work on those lines here. I want to modify them a little bit to make them more flexible to be used. Also, I hate this sprite because it's the same like this, only there's those 2 pixels.
I mean,
so
that's good.
this is forbidden.
Change is bad.
No, this is just make the curve a little bit more subtle. It's okay.
The word J-pop exists. Yeah, but I don't know. When I think of J-pop,
I do like
usually-
J-pop. What's wrong
when I
with
think
it?
when I think of J-pop, I usually think of a very specific kind of music. But then again, it doesn't really make much sense because J-pop is also very varied and all.
I mean, you're literally watching idol anime, and that's like the most cliche of J-pop, if you ask me.
Yes and no. The thing is,
Pretty much, if you ask me.
quintessential idol music is like, first of all, very annoying, and second of all, it's very very.
Idol music is a good term for it.
Yeah, but idol music is very very specific, and it doesn't really fit to most anime music. Because this very specific idol music is like this very super hyper cheer up music basically, and that's not what most anime music is. I mean, it makes more sense to call it what's this one term that's it's more like I can actually look up this who did the music for the One Piece movie, who's very popular, but also very good. Where is it?
Yeah. The singer was pretty good, very varied in her voice.
Yeah, the singer is amazing. Now I get what you mean. Yeah, there are a few songs in the One Piece movies that I don't really like all that much because they were very very typical One Piece music tracks, especially like the main track. But the singer is super popular for becoming like for starting as an indie YouTube musician or singer basically, and then she had some hit that went viral, a really really good song, and now she's like a super popular Japanese singer. Why doesn't she have an Wikipedia entry? Could have one. Let me just One Piece film Red.
Maybe that's just me, but whenever it comes to music, I really try to not care about who does the music, but just about how I do like the music. Like,
Okay.
No, you don't understand, Felix. Humans, they flock around idols. That's
yeah,
what I call
but I really try to actively avoid that because I don't know. It's like,
same.
I mean, it's usually the same for me. It's just that, I mean, I didn't know a thing about her as a person and her as a musician. I just heard her music and I was like, well, that is very good music and that's a very amazing kind of voice that she has. Ado is her name, but couldn't find her on Wikipedia.
I definitely know that name.
Yeah, and her genres are J-pop. Fuck you, Wikipedia. Fuck you.
I mean, honestly, I think people even call something like I hate my memory.
Perfume?
Yeah, Perfume is also J-pop, which is, I think, another example of how different that can be, right? I mean, it's much more electric, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you say J-pop, I think it's less. It's a genre that is less about the content of the music or the style of music, and more just about the region.
I just give me a moment. I'll just look at the name.
Which doesn't really tell you a lot about.
Giving you a moment.
Yeah, this is one band that made music famously for. Okay, I think half of the names are just erased in my brain right now.
For what?
Half of the names are just gone. I forgot names.
Say the other half.
Okay, the band is called Kirinji, and I probably pronounced this wrong. I don't care. So Kirinji is a band, and I mean they apparently also do J-pop, but if you ask me, it's like very different from what people usually associate with it. You know, labels are limited.
J-pop really is just a term for music from Japan, if you think about it, because I mean you have a lot of J-pop or like anime songs that are just
just
are more
like
techno
JRPG is just a term for games made in Japan. God damn it!
I mean you also have some terms about German, I guess, about German music, but it's not as prevalent because Germany is like more in the center of like Europe. And
yeah, we are the center of the world.
Yeah, no, it's more like it is a continental country that has more influences that are more not floating, more fluent into other.
Okay, I'm actually leaving now.
Oh, you're leaving.
Right.
Why?
See you soon. By the way, tomorrow can we watch anime?
We could.
Do you have time tomorrow, Hannah? And we can finally watch that one anime.
I could.
Okay.
That one anime.
But will
one
you?
Anime.
That one that what made in the abyss.
The legendary one.
Oh, there is a maid in the abyss. Does she serve tea?
Probably. There is an actual maid in the abyss.
I know.
Abyss, which is really funny.
I found her. It's a maid in the abyss. Okay.
Okay. Have a good evening. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yes, bye. We should ask a bit of Bailey's if he also wants to watch it with us. I think he's a big fan of this.
Oh gosh, no.
But yeah. Just gonna. I do. Yes. Okay.
All right. But yeah.
I
still find it funny that the composer from the original One Piece soundtrack was also the composer for Alundra.
Oh yeah, that's.
I didn't know that.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's true. Like he did the soundtrack for Alundra and also for One Piece.
Can you hire him?
I don't know. He's definitely a good composer, but yeah. Okay. I just want to emphasize that curves are tricky to get right.
What? Yeah, but people really like them.
All right, Hannah.
No, it's you, Hannah. You.
I'm the only one who likes curves. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm personally more like a polygon kind of guy.
Now I have to think of those very vintage cardboard pyramid boobies from the PS1 era.
I call it efficient, you know?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Aerodynamic, probably.
No, I mean like efficient in terms of it costs not a lot of...
I just understood that word as aerodynamic, as in ERO dynamic. It's the term you can very well use when
yes,
you talk about
Vadun. Valuntra was check the composer for Aluntra and then check the composer for One Piece. He also did the soundtrack from.
You know, that makes sense. Both are games about adventure.
Yeah, there was the other game where it made
Wow.
the soundtrack, which was popular enough. Something with gravity, where you can control gravity. What was
Gravity.
it?
not Gravity
No, that was
Falls,
the cartoon.
Gravity Rush.
Gravity Rush, that's the one. Yes,
Gravity
he also
Rush.
did the
Yeah.
soundtrack for this game, which is also a great soundtrack. as far as
Yeah,
I
Gravity
know.
Rush is
Sadly, a very vomit-inducing game for me.
Oh,
Gravity Rush
boy.
is such a strange thing for me because it's a name that I hear everywhere, but I have no idea what it's about except it has like a blonde woman in it. And I was never sure if it was like some new cartoon or if it was a game. And then I learned, oh, it is a game. It's from Japan even. I didn't
a
know
game
about it.
from Japan even.
Yeah, I thought it was like some US cartoon or something.
Yeah.
You cannot ban moderated Reflügel unless you're the owner of this channel. Yeah, that would be bad. Mentioning JRPGs, have you read about the Japanese developers not being happy about the term being... Yeah, that was a thing like some weeks ago, but I think it was not that big a deal. I think it was mostly because people... it was not that they hated the term, it was more that they were thinking back of a time...
But
where
JRPGs got a lot of shade for...
Yeah,
I don't
where
know,
there
from
was...
the Western media mostly.
Yeah, where there were like douchebags like Phil Fish being like very disrespectful.
Oh, this fucking clip, man. Ah, jeez.
Yeah, it was like, Jesus Christ, that dude. Is a man of culture. I see woman, I play. Well, I mean, I like to sometimes joke about the stereotype, but it's actually not the case. Or rather, maybe, but it's not about the fan service, it's about the design. Hey, come on, I might play gacha games, but I play Arknights, which is not super fan servicey compared to many other.
No, it's
Yeah.
like...
I mean, a bit. It has swimsuit outfits, but it usually has like very good designs that are not super sexualized. And the swimsuit designs are usually optional. And the second one I play is Limbus Company, which has like almost zero fan service. So come on. I'm not playing like, I don't know, Princess Connect or Nikki or whatever the kids play these days.
Yeah, he knows all of those.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of Nikki at some point. It's the ass game that is ass.
Okay. The ass game that is ass, alright.
Yeah, it's like a third-person shoulder rail shooter basically, where you see the characters, which are all women by the way,
Obviously.
from behind the entire time, and then you shoot a lot, and then you see their bodies be influenced by the physics of the gun knockback and things like that. It's pretty infamous, but it's also very, very popular, so I guess stuff like that still works a lot. And there's also a game called Genshin Impact, which Stefan might have heard about.
Never. What is that?
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, you made that note,
No.
but I don't play anime games.
I see.
Not at
Learning
all.
Nikki wasn't just a porn game, it was a really funny experience to me. Yeah, I mean, it really looks like one, right? But apparently it's not officially a porn game. Hey, I play gacha games too. I like Another Eden by the Chrono Trigger Chrono Cross devs. Is it still active actually?
Yeah, I think people talked about that. And that's a gacha game, yeah.
Yes, that's also a gacha game.
Ah, boy.
I mean, I assume it's one of it's kind of like Limbus Company. That's a gacha game, quote unquote, but it's not super heavy on like the gacha concept. Like it has it, and it sure is glad when you give it money, but its systems don't really incentivize whaling all that much. So that might also be true for Another Eden. I don't know. Also, Limbus Company has the big perk of good story having.
Talking about gacha games, by the way, did you see this other clip by Linus again, where he mentioned Crosscut once again, talking about like...
Oh, you
yes.
mean famous gacha game Crosscut?
No. He talked about what about entering the game industry and how he doesn't like the fact how microtransaction monetarization is like the way to go if you really want to make big profits, but it's kind of shady in a way how it really exploits certain people who just have too much money and that just spend it all. I mean, maybe they have money, maybe they just don't and they're just addicted. But some people just spending buckloads of money on things and they're the ones effectively financing, making those games financially liable. How do you say?
I mean, there was this famous case of this one FGO player who spent like several tens of thousands of dollars on getting his waifu.
Yeah, it's really like the big thing why I really don't like gacha games with these mechanics. But it works, sure, for the most players. It's fine, like they don't first force you to spend money, but they only work because some people just spend a whole lot of money on it and it's ridiculous and that's okay apparently. That's capitalism.
The thing is, and at least that's what I hope, is that in Limbus Company you have like this system that more incentivizes spending very little money. And that's doing that like every few months or something, like more of a subscription thing, and then hoping that a lot of people do that instead of a few people spending thousands of dollars, which would absolutely make no sense in this kind of game because, I mean, I spent like this one subscription thing, which was like $10 for like the first season, and at the end of the season, without spending any other money, I basically I spent another $5 or something on some starting pack thingy, but that's also okay.
Oh no.
Okay, but this
and also.
No, but the thing is, at the end of the season, I literally had every character and everything that I could gacha for, and I still had spare, like in-game currency things that I could use for crafting it. So I mean, I can't even imagine really whaling in that game because there's no reason to. You can easily get all the stuff that you want without whaling.
That's just how it goes, right? That's the same thing with mobile games. People whale if they can whale.
Yeah, but in games like FGO or maybe even Arknights, I can see why you would whale because there is at least some sort of benefit you get from it because
you really need to play some of mobile games, especially those match-free games.
Yeah, those definitely.
They have this like down to a T where they kind of like get your monies for basically nothing.
Like I mean,
for a very short-term thing, you pay a lot of money.
I mean, the classic trap that especially also preys on like older people that play those games are like those building games where you can have like your in-game currency that you can spend to make a building build faster and shit like that. Those are really, really insidious. Like those browser building games like, I don't know how they're called these days. War of Clans or something maybe? I don't know. But
Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans, yeah, I don't know. Some shitty things.
Clans of Clashes.
Clans of Clashes. Clash of Class.
Clash of
Yeah, those are almost the most insidious in a way. And then, of course, I mean, I did show you, Felix, the earnings of like gacha games, right?
Yeah, I saw you posting this.
Pretty insane
also.
It's pretty insane how like how much money, like especially games like Genshin and the other Impact thing, Star Rails do.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like, god damn it. I mean, Limbus Company does like 500,000 to 1.15 million per month, depending on like if there's a new season and stuff like that, which is still a lot. It's a lot of money for like a small company like they are. But it's still like a amount of money where I can see like, oh yeah, okay, that sounds solid. Sounds like a big deal for you, but it's not like, oh, you are basically sucking away the income of like a few cities out of the wallets of people, you monsters.
Yep.
Anyway, let us talk about our monetization plans for Project Terra.
Alright.
The game will be sold at a fixed price. That's the monetization.
That's nice. Okay, done.
But then.
But then
there
we will
might
do
be a-
nothing else.
Oh, really? Okay.
But then
But
something happened that everybody hated.
Oh no.
It's okay.
we might add patch notes completely for free.
Well,
Something like that. Okay.
Gamers won't believe this one trick.
gamers won't believe this one. So here is here. Oh yeah, right. Games like Clash of Clans also have like this group factor. Like you play it in clans with your friends from school maybe, and then they might spend money to get stronger, and then you are maybe incentivized by group pressure to also spend money on it. Just like with Fortnite and the skins, where people get beat up in school for being a poor nerd who doesn't have special skins.
Alright.
Kids have it rough, Felix.
Yeah. Life is fucked up sometimes.
And then you die.
Yes.
Then you rise from the ashes as a zombie.
And then
Every time.
And then you are a legendary Fortnite skin.
Nani?
Nani?
Nani are you talking about, son?
Okay. A-Sprite is amazing, except for one thing, which I don't understand why they did it. I think I talked about this before, but why do you move selections when you click on the edge? Why did they not make it a hotkey like in Photoshop? This is like the most stupid design decision for two reasons. First of all, it's annoying to just precisely click on the edge to move things. I just want to like zoomed out those things. Like I just want to press something, move it. And then the other thing, right now, I just want to select this pixel and add it to selection, but I can't because I'm actually moving a selection because it's a single pixel which is surrounded by the selection grid. So I actually have to zoom in really close so I can add this pixel. Who in their right mind thought this is the right way to go? Why?
Who indeed, and why indeed?
I mean...
No, I don't think she was it.
Yeah, anyway.
Who did nothing
A bit
wrong?
of ranting. So... Otherwise, A-Sprite is really amazing, so... Yeah. Maybe I should make a ticket or ask why they did this. Why is there no option to just make the I think somebody mentioned that maybe Photoshop has a patent on this, and I don't know. That would be really fucked up if they did. I don't know. I hate the way GIMP does it. Moving selections is the only thing you can do. If you want to move the thing in the selection, you have to cut paste. Wow, shit. Yeah, that's actually how I used to do things in Photoshop before I realized I can't just control drag things, which was the game changer, because in Photoshop, whenever you copy paste it, you create a layer, and that's really annoying if you want to do pixel art. Like, it's literally unworkable. But yeah, the first thing you need to learn to copy things, select, control, drag, and that's how you copy things. One of the most important things.
To move it around in the grid, right?
Yeah, that is one of the amazing things in Sprite, that you can just hold Alt to snap it to the grid. That is huge, especially if you work on tilesets, and I'm doing this here already. Like, because in Photoshop so often you kind of like just are off by a pixel, and then you overlap another tile and everything is ruined, and you notice like too late, and then you need to fix things again and all that.
Anyway, I will be right back in a few minutes.
Oh no. I think that's probably Limbo's company.
You've shown some skill menu stuff?
I didn't show anything actually.
Oh.
I was just going straight for development.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then did you develop Crosscut? RPG Maker 2000.
That's, yeah. Exactly.
Slightly modded.
Slightly modded. A little bit.
Don't we have like... Doesn't this work? No? Alright. No command. But we did it in our own engine.
Yeah, it's a custom engine based on HTML5.
Since JavaScript is a script language, technically you could consider it an engine as well.
Since what?
Gabi said JavaScript is a language, not an engine. But technically JavaScript is sort of an engine. Driving the web.
I would argue web technologies are more like an engine, because they provide more functionality. Like you have interfaces for rendering and audio, so that's stuff that an engine might provide.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason why working with web technologies is nice, because... And, that song again. Why does he keep playing this? But yeah, it's and I don't know what I wanted to talk about, I forgot.
Audio in an engine is terrible, by the way. Audio in an engine. What? I don't understand.
Audio is terrible.
To the engine software.
In what engine though?
Yeah, so it is. We started with the Impact engine, but in the end, it was kind of our own engine.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, we by the end of the development, some things from Impact were still in it, but very few. Also, for the most part, it was just a rewrite.
And with that came a lot of legacy stuff. Like the amount of object creations we just handled there. Like especially sometimes objects that weren't the same shape. Obviously this is now a little bit... Unreal Engine sucks for audio, but they're getting there. Just use Revice or Fmod.
Oh yeah.
We won't use any of that.
We were planning to use Fmod because they had a web version, but it did not work as great because it wasn't really optimized. Yeah, there were some technical limitations which made it really not usable for us, unfortunately.
Are we using Node.js? Yeah, we're still
yes,
using
we do.
Node.js. Still using this. A newer version though now. We did upgrade.
Yeah.
We're also upgrading TypeScript, but currently TypeScript has introduced a really stupid and strict and non-optional new change to enums, which is really silly.
Yeah.
Like they already handled this as a special case, and now they say now the special case is even more special by introducing no starting number, which is
Well, the problem is that before you could just use enums just like numbers. So if you just assigned a number to an enum file, they said, "Oh right, sure, it's a number." But now it says, "Wait, no, that's not allowed. That number is not part of this enum." And we have a lot of cases where we use enums, which are numbers, but there's like a hidden 0 value, which is not explicitly specified in the enum, and it means, well, it's undefined, like you don't know what it is. I think the best way to fix this really is we need to go over all of our enums where you do have an undefined value 0, and it just explicitly say it's undefined. And then we go to our editors and say, okay, if there's undefined, just don't show it, because it means null. So we can do that. Yeah. I think that's probably effective.
Wouldn't be that much work.
No, I think I thought about this, and I think this probably will fix most of the issues we have with it. So eventually we might be able to just do this fix until we can upgrade, because over time it's probably better to.
If something cool comes along in a TypeScript version.
Yeah, which might happen. So
right now it's more like they try to implement stuff from the ECM A-script, latest stuff like the using keywords. I think there are new ways to have unions and arrays, which we don't really need because our arrays are always the same type. The biggest thing that I wanted in was template strings for types, which is just stupid and broken and funny. It's like cursed that you can type it, that TypeScript allows you to dynamically type and also recursively create a type, right? You can create a type that then calls itself, right? With like a reduced function of itself.
Alright.
You can also create, for instance, you know how we have the GUI library? The GUI files that have like basically paths in a tree structure. You say like GUI.menu.equip.title or something like that.
Yeah.
You can create a type that does exactly that. That recursively goes deeper into the dictionary and fetches out every possible string combination. That is technically possible, however, it would be extremely slow.
Oh, damn.
It's not a type you want to have in there. That's why I use these fixed types that I automatically generate for keys that we know of.
Yeah. That makes
Avoids a lot
sense.
of error potential if you mess up stuff. We also should have used a const for our debug keys, but it's fine. It's fine. Just debug keys. We sure will remember them. Or for like, I remember for our editors we have this split editor and the view entry editor. Right, where you have to have the same keys, and we use like bare strings for them. Hopefully we will remember what each of them meant in a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it. We'll know. We'll know. Numerical enums are annoying? No, they're not.
Where each constant is always equal to itself and nothing else. I know, like there's some cases where it's annoying. If you want to use enums for essentially just saying, okay, they're just numbers because numbers are nice and fast, but they're annoying to understand the code. So if you have enums, you get the best of both worlds. So one, you can read, you understand what it is, but it's also fast, really fast. So yeah.
Yeah, we used it a couple of times where we use the enum value. For instance, I do this a lot where you create a map. And I say the key is the enum number.
Oh yeah.
And then the value is some vibe or some setting or something like that.
Yeah.
That was really nice. I really started to love maps.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
look what they can do now. I made those tiles more flexible.
the wall drawing has been a feature for a while. Yeah, like since the beginning, I would say.
Yeah, we just never used it up to this point because, you know, it's not that interesting to paint stuff on cliffs. But now that we have interiors, we can finally use the wall painting. I'm pretty sure I will find some issues that I still need to fix with wall painting now that we actually use it. But yeah.
Works surprisingly well.
So far, yeah. That was a lot of work getting this to work, this whole new tile selection in 3D. Jeez. Yeah. There was a whole lot of complicated stuff I had to make work there. Like this, you draw, now select, look what it can do. You can actually keep selecting along a streak of walls. And this was really messed up to make this work. And I'm not even sure why I did this. I'm not even sure that's useful. But anyway, I just did it.
You know, like Felix always likes to say, you know, if you don't need it, don't add it.
Yeah, sometimes I break my own rules.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
I'll sometimes add things too. I think like, maybe, you know, these. Well, I think like, we did add something like that in Crosscut in the end, so I'm adding it now as a precaution. We will use it again. I remember as a child, by the way, Felix, reading somewhere that with Final Fantasy 16, they wanted to stop making Final Fantasies.
Really? Oh yeah, that's high enough. We don't need more.
Really? I don't know. Maybe it was just then the producer saying something like this, you know, in I'll be this age or something like this.
Yeah, so it's time to retire now.
Nowadays, like, yeah, sure, they would completely stop milking the cow.
Yeah, obviously.
They will just come up with something else iconic and build that IP brand, surely. Yeah, they can't end before Final Fantasy 30. The really, really Final Fantasy.
30?
Yeah, I wanna. If I'm like an old man, you know, I wanna die knowing that there's soon going to be released another Final Fantasy. You know, I won't see the 100 being cracked, you know, but 20 maybe.
Honestly, I'm happy that they now managed to create Final Fantasy games that are critically acclaimed as well. I'm not sure exactly how they used to be, but you know, there have been a couple of Final Fantasies which where critics were more rough towards, right? So
Yep.
I think
Hey Dicky, thanks for the sub.
Yeah, thank you.
For 53 months back to back.
Oh yeah, DK is here. Hello. Long time no see.
RD, was that a Starbomb reference? Yes, indeed.
And with that, I said, "Leave me alone, foul beast. I shall not befall victim of your intrigue." And then I left on my horse.
Okay.
Never returned.
That is fascinating, Hannah. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, we have a VTuber in chat. He's called Deek64.
God damn it, Hannah. Okay, I guess that's right. Yes. Hello.
Hey, Herr DK.
I want to see Final Fantasy 30 as well. Yeah, it's, I think it's also like unreasonable, man. Like games this scale, they just need a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Definitely, the creators of Final Fantasy 14 have a little bit more experience dealing with content creation.
They made a lot of it, right? So.
I mean, like, Jesus Christ, Final Fantasy 14 has a lot of content.
Well, it's an MMO, a very successful MMO. I heard it's even award-winning. So,
that sounds pretty good.
It's your fault, Hannah. You should feel bad about. Yeah, I agree. Hannah should, in general, feel bad.
I often feel bad, but it's
stop.
not out of. It's not because I feel bad about something. It's just
just
of being.
it's just state of mind. Just.
I mean, was it actually my fault that you've joined that tribe? I think it just came to you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Whenever I
That
mentioned
tribe.
it, you were like, "Oh, VTubers, those are stupid." And then at some point, you became stupid. Is that yellow box a trigger volume? Question mark.
Is that yellow box a trigger volume? This one. That is a teleporter. You know, you had those in Crosscut 2. I think they were yellow in Crosscut 2. In our engine that nobody else except us uses, so I'm not sure why I said that. But yeah, that's a teleporter. We do have touch triggers too. We use them less because we have new fancy stuff, like we can just specify an event. And there is a touch area, which was recently extended by Hannah, so we also have a triangle shape. Actually, we can display a triangle shape here too. We just need to extend the code for this. Because we already have the code for this, I'm using this in, you know, the figure editor.
Ah, that's what you mean. Yeah, right. Yeah. It doesn't get displayed.
Like you already have, we have already detailed, and it should be a method that you can call. Like there's no, it's not embedded. Like I tried to extract things into tool.
Also, Felix, you were wrong.
Yes.
People actually use the Crosscut engine. It's modders. So,
right.
What do you mean the Terra engine?
I mean, not the official engine though, right?
I mean, the engine. We have different editors. They have
they have their own editors, and they can choose the color as they want. Though actually, it's specified in the entity, so they might just use it so they would see the color. I guess.
They're forced.
Yeah, so
they're forced to use root
stream.
I mean, they're not forced. They can just go ahead and say, you know, the entity says yellow, but you know what, blue is a better color, and they just swap it in the editor. So that obviously you can do whatever you want. It's your editor. But yeah, yellow is canon.
You could even replace Leia with a capybara werewolf.
Yes, DK. So many things changed. I learned Ace-Sprite. It happened. Finally.
He had no, Dicky. He has not seen the light. He has dark mode on.
Here's dark mode on, yeah.
Only on this machine. You're lucky. But yeah, Aseprite is amazing. Even though you just missed my big rant about the one thing that I hate about Aseprite, I can repeat it for you. Maybe you know a solution for this. But why did I decide that you can only move a selection by clicking on its edge? There was one thing. First of all, yes, I'm used to that in Crosscut, in Photoshop. You just hold, I think it was Control key. It's actually intuitive. I don't know which one it is. But you need to hold a hotkey to move the selection. And but the big downside of this is that sometimes I just want to add selections like pixel colors, and those pixels are just right next to a selection edge, and I can't do it. Like here I can, but imagine I select this, and now I want to add this pixel. I can't. It's not possible because I always move the selection. I need to zoom in and then I can add it. And this is really in the way. I don't know. I wish there was an option for that. That's all. This and it's technically open source. That's true. Damn it. Those open source people. All the time. Jeez. Yeah, okay, actually
Open source, so you say this code is the code that how's the AI called? GPT. Is GPT is telling me. Recently I tried to ask GPT a question, and it literally tried to tell me it can change the value of a constant. It kept saying minus constant value, and I kept telling it, you're trying to change a constant value, that doesn't work. So it said then, oh, you're right, and just wrote down the same code.
Parisa always, one of the first things she does, like Google recently released a new AI Bard, right? Or not released, but apparently there's now some hype about it. And Parisa, the first thing she asked to the AI is, tell me about Radical Fish games, tell me about Felix Klein, and apparently we made a game called The Legend of the Dark Witch. Did you know that, guys?
I remember that when we did that.
Yeah, The Legend of Dark Witch, not just 1, but 2 and 3.
Of the Dark Witch.
3 games, The Legend of the Dark Witch, made by Radical Fish Games.
Oh yeah, it's actually made by Inside System, FlyHeekWorks and FlyHeekWorks co-edited.
No, ChatGPT or Bard, I don't know. They insisted it's us.
Looks like a flash game platformer.
Must be true then.
It's very anime, so I guess we did make it.
Damn it.
Man, I love the Legend of Dark Witch 3. Good time. Yeah, especially the full burst edition.
I mean, I was very impressed that we were able to get the Toho crossover. And had Marissa from Troho in
What?
The Legend of Dark Witch.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That's quite impressive.
Yep.
No, I wish we made this.
We made this. I made this. this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I also played around a bit with the AI in Notion to let it write some silly things, but it wasn't very helpful. What was the one that I did? All right.
Alright, bye-bye, Dicky. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Thanks for dropping your money. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have fun with your anniversary VTuber collab concert and swimsuit model release.
What?
That you will definitely have as a VTuber. I don't know.
It's mandatory.
I just know mentioned VTuber things. Right. This one time I wrote.
By the way,
some
guys, I'm
articles.
so sorry, but I have to leave.
Oh no. I mean yes. I mean oh no.
Sorry. Yes. Oh, no. Oh.
Oh.
If I don't make it, tell my wife hello.
Yeah.
No.
Tell my non-existing wife I love her. And to clear my browser history.
And to clear my process. Right.
Alright, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, must have been some months ago already, where I wrote some articles for our Notion wiki, or developer documents basically, and then I played around with the AI and wrote stuff and gave it commands like cancellation or something, and then it basically said, "We are sorry to announce that the following features will be cancelled: Fisher Village and Crosscut arrangement album and Knife Amogos symbol.
What?
We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused."
Knife
No,
Amogos. What?
It just listed stuff that I listed in a list earlier in the article. Yeah, right. I remember. It was like it was like me writing the blog post.
Yeah. You tried to do this with ChatGPT. Jeez.
Yeah, I posted a picture in Discord. Warning.
Okay, warning. Note, we are sorry to announce that the following features has been cancelled. Fisher Village, Crosscut Range album. We should have just posted this.
Yeah, it would have been amazing.
Wie Parasikovis may have caused. This is so stupid.
It was extremely a lot of fun that I had, but I didn't make more screenshots, sadly.
Oh boy.
I think something else was be trying to test something like, "Oh, Crosscut sucks," and then the chat AI apologized and saying, "Oh, I can't be this mean." Okay. I agree that there might be flaws in Crosscut, but it's bad to just say it sucks. And that was like, I was very touched that the AI is so polite. Not the Knife Amogus. No. Anyway, did we actually talk much about what we did in the last weeks, months of development?
No, it's a big mystery. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. It sounds like it was very bad and we didn't achieve anything.
Because it's true. No, I know. It's like it feels like we're working on so much stuff, but we don't have much to show for it. It's a little bit frustrating recently.
I made 2 quests. Ooh,
yeah, I mean, really... you actually did work on some important stuff in that regard, like finally getting to implement an actual content that will be in the actual game once it will come out.
It will actually be like this. It will actually be like this in the game, just in the state that it is now, especially the dialogue.
Yeah.
I think we should. That's actually something we need to talk about soon. The speech style of the characters, because when we have that down, we can actually start, like, at least prototyping the dialogue a bit. That would be very helpful.
Honestly, yeah. We have our writer, and he's supposed to do a lot of that work. It's just that he tends to be busy now because he's moving. So.
Yep.
I wanted to write him and ask him if when he expects to be available again, and maybe we just need to write the first dialogues ourselves and see.
I mean, it's an iterative thing anyway.
Yeah, sure.
It works, it doesn't work. And I think it will make a lot of sense what I wrote already. I think I already nailed it to a T.
Yes, I know, obviously.
But yeah, some early, like, I say quests, but it's not side quests, it's more like main quest thingies.
Yeah. The big thing is that we will actually ingrain quests into the main plot this time, so it's not just
like in Library of Luna.
Yeah, like most games really, Hannah.
Yeah, like a lot of games actually. Not talk much about the content because that would be spoiler and bad. I want to publicly give credit to how great the editor is now, because a lot of things are so much more convenient and easier to change afterwards.
Honestly,
was
we
before.
spent like things took a long time, in particular because we were really trying to make the tools better, because we know how often you keep repeating the same task.
Yes.
So, and I hope this will eventually pay off, so we will actually be able to eventually catch up with the schedule, at least a little bit. Like, I don't make myself illusions, I don't expect things to go as planned, but maybe we will catch up a little bit at some point.
But
We'll see.
Crosscut was so perfectly on schedule the entire time.
Yes.
Yeah, but especially like I've been working a lot for the quest with like the new battle scripting system or battle events, whatever you call it, and I don't know people who work with like modding Crosscut or stuff or like were very attentive during dev streams might remember that back in Crosscut we had to do everything with like touch triggers and just normal event scripting, and then also some enemy spots and stuff like that. And there we had to like let enemies spawn or like flip some switches, some bools, and enemies get activated that have points. And then we need to do some movements, and then we might actually need several events that we then often place next to each other.
Hey, guys, I just noticed something. I just have to mention this. I actually deleted certain colors in the whole sheet.
Oh no, that sounds like a bad thing.
I'm a pro at what I'm totally a professional. Okay, let's hope that the history will be able to undo this. Yes, okay, there it is.
Obviously, this is all A-Sprite's fault.
Yeah, obviously, yes, has to be.
Library of Luna mentioned? ? Yes, it's a meme. Yeah, and back in the days, one of the worst things was
okay.
You had like several events that you had to each create, and then for like the beginning of the battle, for different waves, for the end of the battle, and then when you wanted to add more enemies, then you needed to increase the counters and the variables that you check for, and yada yada, and then you might get things mixed up, or don't copy things correctly, or scenes aren't like consistent with how we do scenes usually.
Yep.
And things like that. And now we have
a lot of things that can go wrong, really.
And now we have like scripting entities that are just called battle or battle sequence or something. And most battle sequence have basically all those events ingrained into them, like for the start of the battle, for battle wave beginnings, and for the end. And then you just specify enemy groups, which is also something that we barely had in Crosscut. We had it, but we barely used it. And we didn't have it in such an extensive way as we have in Terra now. And we use those groups, and then we can increase or decrease the enemies in those groups, and it will automatically adapt the events properly. Or like know how many enemies need to be killed for scenes to progress. And you have touch triggers that are part of the enemy of the battle sequence event. And you have other things. And now you basically have everything in one event. And it's way better and way nicer and way faster to work with. And way less error prone than before.
That was the idea.
And it's very nice. I was very happy to work with it. And I hope...
Glad to hear that.
I hope and I think that in the future, which is where the future where we all will spend the rest of our lives, and also where we will have the rest of the Project Terra development, will be full of very efficient development, and thus make Terra in very high speed.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
Once we start going back to our 50-hour week.
It has been suggested to me that if I do this, you might answer my question: will there be tea in Project Terra? It is very likely that there will be some form of tea, because without tea, you can't write words like.
Yeah. Very important question, Gabi. What is tea? What kind of tea? What do you
Is it
consider tea? Is black tea tea? Is green tea tea? Or do you expect us to add like the fake tea, you know? Herbal tea.
Like
Or
herbal tea
fruit
or
tea.
mint fruit
I
tea.
guess rooibos
Yeah.
is acceptable, so which kind of tea is it? It's because my relationship to tea kind of changed ever since I married an Iranian person who's very passionate about what is the right kind of tea. It's an interesting experience. Is black tea tea? Yeah, I mean black tea tea is this like DT. Oh, okay, strictly speaking, I think green tea is like the original tea.
Felix
Actually, I'm not
tea.
sure. Hehe.
It's very funny.
Yeah, the funny thing is that ever since I'm with Parisa, I'm drinking a whole lot more tea. Probably like
Actual
10
tea
times
or-
as much. Yes, like the real tea, black tea.
That's the tea. As the youngins say.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you drink what you like, but it's like we had this one situation where we were talking with some German person. I don't remember who it was, but like he said, like, do you have teas? And we said, yeah, we have black tea. And like, no, I mean real tea. And then talking about herbal teas and fruit teas, and Parisa was very offended by that.
Oh, no.
It's like, that's not real tea. But yeah, so it's kind of, it's weird because Germany really isn't huge about tea at all. You kind of notice this. Where do you notice this? Right, you noticed this. We went to Hamburg not too long ago, and you know Hamburg is far to the north. It's close to North Friesland, which is ridiculously where tea is ridiculously popular, just in North Friesland, and that's it. Ostfriesland. All the other places in Germany don't really have much of a tea culture.
They even have their special kind of black tea.
Yeah, they have their own mixed tea, which is pretty good too. But in Hamburg, like they had like these tea museums and tea tasting, and yeah, apparently there were barely people interested in that. And another thing which I noticed is not some time ago I noticed there's like an extremely fancy, also really expensive brand of tea that showed up, which almost looks like the iPhone of tea, because they have like these very shiny, minimalistic boxes. Tea, how do you say box? Yeah, well, like Behälter. What's Behälter in English? Jesus. Anyway. Like they looked really fancy and they had this really minimalistic design. It's just a black box and they call it T 2.1. Like they have this weird number system where it's like B means black and there's 2.1, which just means it's black tea with flavor. So you get an Earl Grey tea or something. And Parisa just bought it because she wanted to see if it's actually good. And surprisingly, it was actually really good. It was really, you really noticed the difference. And ever since then, I was kind of like getting more interested in tea and trying different things. And there really is good tea out there. It's just that you can't find it usually in supermarkets.
Yeah.
And, but also something I noticed at some point, I went to the webpage. And then there were like, talking about like there was a page for the most popular teas, and you remember that's a German company, right? So they produced this tea in Germany. It had this really fancy black tea and green tea, everything really nice and well. And what was the most popular tea on the webpage? It was a fruit tea.
Hagebutte?
Yeah, probably something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's like, and I thought, God damn it, Germany, why?
I mean,
Why do you not appreciate this?
they are correct, Felix. They are correct.
No. Jeez. Okay.
I also am not a big a big real tea person. I'm more
Yeah,
herbal tea.
obviously. There's also people who don't drink coffee, so it's fine, obviously. But
No, that's weird. I mean, I have
you're weird.
no respect for that.
Black tea is the best.
I once met a very pedantic German woman who insisted that every berry tea had to have a rosehip base, or else it was just wrong. Rosehip is Hagebutter, right? Is Hagebutter rosehip?
Oh my gosh, yeah, probably, might be.
Yeah, it is. It is Hagebutter.
Yeah.
But
oh my gosh, and I actually hate Hagebuttentee. It's really.
really,
It's,
you don't like it?
yeah, no, it's like it has this weird taste, and I'm not a big fan.
It has like this. Yeah, I know what you mean. It has like this very special feeling, but I really like that feeling. That feeling after drinking it. It just feels healthy in a way, but not in a taste shit way. It's Germans and Germany have a love-hate relationship. I mean, that's true, but I think that's true for many countries.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. You might hear some extra bass now in getting here. That's because there's currently a city festival happening outside of our house. Like, we are surrounded by a festival right now.
Okay,
and they have a lot of music acts which are now happening, I think. So yeah. Sorry if you hear that, if you hear some bass.
I don't hear anything.
Okay,
so
then Discord noise cancelling probably works well. I'm not even sure what I'm doing here. I'm trying to organize those tiles somehow.
By the way, for people who haven't noticed yet, a new version of HoloCure will come out very soon.
Nobody cares.
Okay, I just imagined like a lot of applause. Good.
We need this soundboard now. Could play this chirping sound. That would have been perfect.
Actually, in 2 days, and they have the entirety of Holo IDE in it.
Okay. God damn.
And as an Indonesian person told me, I'm not going to tell you which one because you will never guess.
Nah. No
it's
idea.
it's on Indonesian Independence Day.
They have an Independence Day. That's great.
I mean, a lot of countries have Independence Days, especially those with colonial.
Okay, that's true.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure who they got independent. I think it's the Netherlands, actually.
Yeah, I think might be Netherlands.
Yeah,
Like
it was
that.
Netherlands.
Ah, those Netherlandians.
Yeah, I think it was like
Dutch.
I think they invaded the country with their superior netherite armor and their pickling soldiers. Get it?
No.
Because you see, in Minecraft there is a nether, which is like this hell dimension.
Hmm.
And that's very, very similar to the Netherlands.
Okay.
Get it?
No.
It's a Minecraft joke. Oh, God damn it! You only know the Roblox jokes, Felix.
Yeah.
Did you know that there is a game called Roblox, and it exists, and it's actually
does?
very successful. Yeah, it does. It exists. It's real. For a long time I thought it was a joke, but it really exists. It's called Roblox, and it's successful apparently.
Yeah, I think so.
It's weird. No, but in all honesty, yes, obviously it's one of the most successful gaming franchises that currently exists. But I think I first heard about it like many years after it actually became a thing, because it's so outside of our age range. I feel that I'm like, oh no.
By the way, short intermission. I won't be able to speak for some time because I'm eating a Vertus original. This is not sponsored. I'm just eating this.
Oh, very German of you, Felix. Netherlands and Japan. I mean, I think I should congratulate you, Yui, and all the other Indonesians, that your main colonizers weren't the Brits for once. I mean, that's pretty... It's like very, very special in a way. There was actually this very awkward moment. You watch a lot of VTubers, right, Felix?
No. Wrong.
Okay. Have you heard of this game called GeoGuessr? Or GeoGuessr?
Yes, I've heard of that. I actually played it a few times.
Yeah, I think I should also play it at some point. It really interests me in a way.
Yeah,
in a way.
it's funny.
And there was like a collaboration between like a Japanese and like a Japanese VTuber was playing it and playing GeoGuessr in Indonesia basically. And she had like an Indonesian colleague of hers basically in the stream, like to talk a bit about stuff. And then they came across like some Japanese built bunker in Indonesia, and it was of course a bit awkward. And then she just said, the Japanese one just said, because she apparently didn't know, oh, was Japan there to help build something back in the day? The Indonesian one was just like, I don't know. And then they just moved on, of course. But I think everyone was like, like, interesting. Yeah, no, but I heard that there's not a lot of bad blood left after all this time, but it's still a very. Then I imagined, I wonder how well it will work when people play GeoGuessr in like Germany.
Sounds like one of the bands decided to set up their
nice,
their stage right next to our window.
Nice.
It's a kind of, I don't know. It's ridiculous.
They've heard that you are big music fans, and you want to listen to it.
They kind of noticed we have like 70 viewers, and I thought, oh my god, we want to tap into this audience. Let's play right next to them. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's because we opened the window. That's why we heard so much.
The Dutch named it Indonesia because they actually wanted India. Is it actually true?
What?
Is it actually? Why do so many white people confuse other countries with India? What is it?
Oh my gosh! What was so amazing about India? Jeez.
Well, it's spices, I guess, but you know, a lot of exploitation to be had there for us white boys. But yeah, that was. No, I imagined basically, oh yeah, must be a bit dangerous to have like GeoGuessr in Germany because you have so many like historical buildings or historical, what do you call it? Mahnmal memorials, right, to certain historic events here, and seeing those during like those nice fluffy streams. Not the best. Right, Indo-China was the thing, right? I mean, I still remember some jokes about if you are very behind the times, you would talk about Belgisch Congo and stuff like that. Indo-China, goddammit. Can you put assets on walls like water gargoyle spouts or decorations?
Sure, yes, we can. In fact, we have some. Let me try. Not scary figures like this. We have something more wholesome. Let me see. We have a pot. Look at this. It's a nice pot. I think there's also a wall pot. Let me see. We do have lamps. Look, I can put lamps here. Well, that looks neat. I like this lamp. Okay, a bit further up. Look at this lamp.
No, I won't.
It's nice. But it's nice. Okay, we do have pot. Yeah, we have a wall pot. Look at this.
We got the pot.
Okay, we need to tweak the collision box here a little bit because that's confusing. You think it's at the wall, but it isn't. So got to work on this a little bit, but yeah, look. And now we can put plants into this. I think we have them in plants. No, don't ask me where those are. Source plants. Look at these. So many plants. I actually I'm not even sure those are right. Might be furnitures. Yes, plants are no furnitures. Pot plant, here we go. God, we have so many props. It's ridiculous. It's like we already made 5 games in terms of props.
It's still not enough.
Look.
Need more props.
It lightens up the whole place. Now we have a plant here. Isn't that a beautiful plant? Nice. I think at some point we need to hire interior designers for our game.
We have Tina, that should be enough.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I mean, I just want to say she lives in the country that has IKEA, but she doesn't. That's the wrong country.
No. Oh, careful, Anna.
Wrong kind of Scandinavian country.
We need wall pots for the side walls. That's actually really important. It's always good to have things you can put on the side, especially now since you can see the walls at the side. There's like a lot of empty stuff here that we need to fill. In fact, I can just at least paint some tiles here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, there's actually a whole lot of tiles missing for the side walls. They're always neglected.
Oh yeah, side walls are often. It's also on the outdoor maps. They also have a lot of. They also have like those side wall entities, and those are also those that get neglected the most, from my experience.
Nice.
When I look over maps that people do.
Now look here, this is actually where things become really interesting. Now we have lamps, so what do lamps? They shine, right? So they make light. So let me just add the Nyx glow, but in different. So we'll just modify this. I will change the color to be like a neat blue. Maybe not quite as bright. Could be yellow too, but I think blue is nicer. Blue's fancier, it's more magical. Okay, let's make the radius Hue shift, maybe a little bit smaller, a little bit. Put one here. Okay, actually we'll save this now. This is now. Oh, we do already have a south dungeon lamp. I want to see what this looks like. Oh, okay. That's a lot more subtle. Yeah. I'll just call this one South Dungeon Lamp 2. So. Okay, here we go.
What else did we do?
Definitely need to modify those figures. Oh, that one looks a bit weird. Oh, that's fine. We have ground lamps. Those are actually kind of useful because sometimes you just have no wall nearby. Doesn't look like we have that.
That is true. That is true.
That's okay. Let's just put some pots here. That's nice. Now I'm just mapping essentially, which is a good sign, which means I think the tileset is almost done. So
Also progress.
yeah, strictly speaking.
Hello, already working on materials. Yes.
Yes.
Do you have there's also another VTuber from not Holo Agency that thought Indonesia is India, so they invited someone from the ID branch and does a stream where she made naan. Oh no.
Oh no.
Especially when you have like those short thoughts, other short terms like ID, which is not India, as you might expect, but Indonesia.
Kovac
She was
asked, do you have props for like broken walls, 2 rooms side by side and just scrabble down whole, connect them, maybe special assets? We don't have that right now, and also really wouldn't make sense here in context to have that. So that's why we don't have it, but maybe we will add something like this if it fits the context. So okay. Another thing I wanted to try is actually using a fog plane just for atmosphere. I'm just playing now around with effects. So, oh, what's this? Perfect map, 10 of 10. Okay, so nix, but not nix, but instead this makes things instant more mysterious, and the great thing about our fog system is we can make holes. So I can now delete the fog, so you will only have it at the wall. So just difference here, before, after, see that?
Wait. Wait. I asked that as the room you are creating gives me Indiana Jones feel. That's cool.
Yeah, it's not quite Indiana Jones though. It's a little bit different in context. Look at this. That's neat. I really like the fog planes. There's so much cool stuff you can do with that. This looks really great, mysterious now. Now just imagine a nice... Ooh, this is actually a whole lot of fog. But yeah.
And nice what?
a whole lot of fog. Like imagine some nice environment particles now with that, because those are still missing. Wait, oh! I need to restart. Sometimes restarting in our editor really takes long, that's weird. I really do like that we can use fogs in this way, that we can intentionally make certain parts in the map more foggy, because this really helps to control the attention of the player. Like for instance here, there's a lot of fog and it looks like this part is less important because it's less clear. So you automatically move the attention of the player away from these areas to this area, which is more important, right? So that's a cool feature, that you can have so much control over this. Yeah, look at this.
Barely see the fog in but that might be the quality.
Yeah, it's like you can see it here a little bit.
Right.
It's well, down here you should see like how blue it gets down here, right?
Yeah. Now I see better. Yeah, true.
We just need, like, we need to tweak the fog shader a little bit, I think, because okay, let me save this. I will just call this Start Dungeon 1. Yeah, the texture is currently a little bit undynamic, so that's something which is currently missing, I think. Well, that's actually a whole lot of... This was too strong. Wait, did I just miss a jump puzzle or something? I just happened to look away for a second. Do people joke about the fact that I keep spawning the jump puzzle? Yeah. It's a really easy jump puzzle, so it's not like it's... But yeah, Terra will have jump puzzles again. You cannot not do them.
Yeah. But you will have less wall bouncy puzzles, and also less timing related puzzles. At least that's our.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Is that again Limbo's company or something?
Yep.
Right.
It's good music, right?
It's okay.
It's very dramatic.
Yeah.
It's from the latest chapter. I thought. Thing is, I barely listen to that music outside of playing it. So I thought, well, I'm gonna listen to it here now.
Kovac asked, can you do fog for in just bottom pit, like water effects? Yes, you can, in fact. It really depends on how you use the plane. Let me show you. For instance, I can... Let me just disable this one. How do I disable that one quickly? Yeah. Okay, I will just make a copy. So let's say we want to have a fog plane down here. Okay, let me just create a new one. A new fog plane down here. Yeah, like this for instance. They do have a height and you can control exactly how the fog looks like. So if I just make a very dense fog texture, which looks like this for instance, and this one is also a bit transparent here, and then you can really tweak all the things here to make it look. Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff we can do with our effects planes, all thanks to Flora. This looks actually really cool, I have to say. Damn. Maybe I'll just keep it. Let me just make it a bit more colorful. Set here a little bit cream, blue cream, blue and yellow. Yeah, this is fancy. Yeah, it's just a little bit more work to tweak these things, but yeah, it looks like that might be worth it. Yeah, the only downside here is that it does a little bit take away the attention from details here, but then again, I can just delete stuff, right? So let's just remove the fog a little bit here, a little bit here, and now you can still better see like the details down here, even though I think it actually was clear enough even before that. So that's happening. Kovac just permanently impacted the game, right? Yeah, I mean that does happen. People suggest things in our stream and we just do it, and yeah.
Actually not. Actually more likely than you think.
Yeah.
Damn it. Now I did it again, Felix.
What's
the most dangerous thing you can do? Opening a lot of RPG, a lot of Makerpendium.de pages.
Oh no.
And reading silly articles. Nostalgic articles. And some that aren't really all that nostalgic because I've never really experienced that part of the community.
But you're still reading it.
Yeah, because that's even more interesting in a way, because then you get context to stuff that you actually did experience back in the day. Like, do you remember, or have you ever heard of a game called what is it? Alderaan? Like the
Nope.
Star Wars planet, I guess. It was apparently one of the most hyped RPG Maker games in the early to mid 2000s.
Okay.
Apparently, but I vaguely remember the name, but I've heard so little of it. Maybe it was more of a quartier game and less of a the Access game. Okay, it had a thread with 5 pages in 2004 in the Multimedia Access. So I don't know. Maybe German RPG Maker veterans in chat can tell me how they're still waiting for Alderaan to appear. So I guess it got apparently cancelled. Well,
don't mind me, I'm just playing around now.
it's good.
Tweaking
Never heard
things.
Never heard of Alderaan and still waiting for Tara's adventure. Yeah, Felix, where's Tara's adventure?
Yeah.
Stop working on this nonsense and go back to finishing up Tara's adventure.
The good stuff.
I mean, SDS is still working on it, right? I guess.
I have no idea, honestly, how things are going exactly on that part, on that end.
As we have. I'm still shaking my head about those gaming Ground Zero stories that you.
About Wishmoon, the whole thing, right? Oh my
yeah. I mean, people. I think we had this topic so many times already, but I want to repeat. People these days are often very nostalgic for, like, the old quote-unquote internet. I mean, I say old, but it's not like 90s or 80s old, but like the 2000s internet, where it was less about social media and more about like forums and message boards and stuff like that. And because it was less drama, quote unquote, and you didn't have those big social media canceling waves or whatever drama that happened there. The thing is, you still had really silly drama in those days. It was just smaller scale, but because it was smaller scale and less and connected to less responsibility, it was usually even more deranged in ways, because like even in the multiplayer access, which was a pretty functional community at messageboard overall, or still is rather, I still heard of so many stupid drama things that happened behind the scenes and in public and things like that. It's really silly.
Yeah, that's possible.
It's possible. Good thing we have the Crosscut community and we never had drama in it.
Never ever at all. So.
I mean, unironically, I don't know if we ever had drama in the Crosscut community. I don't know.
Yeah.
Except for, of course, the game being bad and too difficult and things like that. But that doesn't count. Those
Alright.
are very nice. Those are very nice curvy lines.
Yeah, I do like the curvy lines. There's so much cool stuff you can do with that. Here, for instance, look at this. It just looks.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing.
It looks really good.
It's like really easy to work with too. So.
Yep. Alderaan was a game with recorded 2 sets, wasn't it? Yeah, it was, according to the Maker Pendium entry. That's the thing that I noticed about it, but that's mostly it. I can start some drama right now if you want. Please don't.
No.
Otherwise, I would need to use the bot tools, and I don't want to because I don't like them.
Okay, I just... what? What? No! Who wrote this? Oh my gosh.
I'm sure it's you. It was you.
Yeah, I can. What is happening? Oh my gosh, what is this? Who wrote this shit? Oh my gosh, what is happening? It's weird. This always keeps closing. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me reopen. No, it works. Okay, whatever. Nothing happened. I think at some point I might have to implement this whole palette thing where you can just create, assemble certain patterns with tiles and just copy them over. Because it tends to be useful. Once you started creating certain patterns, you just can reuse them.
Yep.
But yeah,
people,
okay.
People less used the internet back then for serious things. So even TV gets sourced from Twitter and get said some billionaire got scammed buying social media. Yeah, it's much more visible these days, of course.
Yeah.
Just nonsense still happened back in the day. It just wasn't as visible and less relevant because who the fuck in the real world cares about some weird internet drama between forum admins or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, and I also, another thing that was really infamous and something that I only heard about like way after the fact was like drama in like fan fiction communities.
Mm-hmm.
There was also some really wild stuff that I read about. But I mean, again, who the heck cares unless you are really involved in it?
Yeah. Okay, I think our stream is almost over. Yeah. Actually, I mean, okay. I'm quite happy with the state of this here.
Let's just end it. Let's just not do any forget me stuff. It's too late.
It's too late. And but look at this. I think this is going in a cool direction. I think I might crank up some contrasts again. Because I think I intentionally tuned down some contrast because it was too much. But now I get the feeling, since the overall appearance is now a bit more foggy, like with the fog effects, I get the feeling it might look a little bit too plain. So maybe I'll increase some contrast to make things a bit more shiny. But otherwise, I'm actually very happy with this. I think this will be awesome.
It looks great so far.
Yeah, this will be very nice. I think we will manage to get one step above Crosscut here. I hope at least, in terms of visual appearance.
But not in terms of gameplay. Crosscut was peak. I never top it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, this would be cool. Okay. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. So it was relatively productive stream, I think.
Is there anything we want to mention, announce, or shout out before we stop?
I think we probably could already hint towards the fact that we will be at Gamescom this year. If you happen to be in Germany and at the Gamescom, not only will we be at Gamescom just wandering around, like the chance is we will have a booth. So you might be able to test some Project Terra too.
I know, I already played the Seinfeld song. Yes, as for shoutouts,
one of the best Project Terra streams I've seen all day. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
It means so much to hear this. Oh no, it's not that version. Oh.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Arcadian Atlas. Atlas?
Right, it will release. Don't miss it.
It will get released in 2 weeks. And also watch Sarah's Fauna of Hololive English Generation 2 Council. She's very cute and very good. And let's end this.
Let's end this before it gets too bad.
Bye. Thank you for watching.
Thanks everybody for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.
Bye.